KEX. This is Mark and Dave.
But, buddy, I don't believe this one. This study that finds state governments lack transparency and accountability to citizens. I think we know that. But the least corrupt state? The least corrupt state is New Jersey?
Yeah, it's only because the person who actually uncovered the corruption has not been found to talk about it.
That's okay. That makes more sense. Lee Vandervoo joins us, the Center for Public Integrity. And you helped put this together, Lee. Thanks for joining the Mark and Dave Show. Our first question really is, how does Oregon compare to other states?
Oregon actually did pretty well. Oregon ranked 14th in the country. It's tough to get a perfect score on a test like this. Oregon scored about a C-minus. Overall score of 73%, but compared to other states, Oregon was up about 14th, so did pretty well.
What criteria is used to grade each state on accountability and transparency, et cetera?
Well, we had 360 parameters to assess, and each one was answered either by legal research or by at least 3 interviews. So if you can imagine it was a project that took about 4 months of just really intensive research. And then our partner, Global Integrity, which has done some work in assessing government accountability and transparency, mostly in third world countries, designed a scorecard that was paired with that. So as we went through and just described the processes in each state, they assigned some scores.
Where did Oregon stand out as compared to the states, and where did we really seem to drop the ball when it comes to, I'll call it, integrity?
State Procurement Office did pretty well, ranking 17th in the nation. Our budget process ranked 8th, and our Our redistricting process ranked 10th. So those are all areas where the state did well. Also, our auditing division of the Secretary of State's Department also ranked 25th in the nation, middle of the pack, but with a score of 91. Most states did pretty well on that one, and that was definitely a high achievement.
Yeah, don't feel bad.
We fell down.
Yeah, don't feel bad about the word redistricting. We have trouble with that word, and other ones like and, if, or the. Hey, let me ask you: 9 states don't require judges to disclose any outside assets. That's almost 20% of the states in the country. So no one can really say if there is a conflict of interest. Now, is Oregon one of those states? I hope not.
Judges are required to disclose conflicts of interest in Oregon, so we're not one of those states.
Yeah. You talk about loopholes, too. Are there any loopholes in Oregon that you saw that raised an eyebrow?
I'm not sure I'd use the word loophole, but one thing that I would say is that I think that there's just a general misunderstanding about how our campaign finance process works in Oregon, and I think that that's something that we found through the project. Campaign finance wasn't a thing that ranked really well. I think score-wise, it ranked 31st in the nation with a score of 62. Not the greatest score, the second worst performing indicator in the nation. And I think that people in Oregon, they like our system because it's completely transparent, but what they don't understand is there's no funding limit for anything. You can pretty much buy a constitutional amendment in Oregon. And I've seen people in the state get really upset in the last few months about Citizens United and try to organize around that. And what I think people don't understand is that that's how political financing in Oregon has worked for a long time.
In the end, where does Oregon perform the worst?
Ranked 44th in the nation for access to information with a score of 39. It was the worst performing indicator in all of the assessments, and I think it should be a wake-up call to this state. This state has prided itself on access to information and sunshine laws for a very long time, and I think, unfortunately, those laws were put on the books in the 70s in the Watergate era. And over time, we've accumulated more than 400 exemptions to those rules, and they're just not functioning anymore. It's very easy to obstruct access to information in the state through high fees and unreasonable delay, and it's a problem that hasn't been fixed yet.
Hey, Lee Vandervoo, courtesy of the Center for Public Integrity, thank you for being on the Mark and Dave Show here at 1190 KEX. You know, we're ranked 14th. Could be worse.
That's not so bad, huh?
No.
Are you surprised by it?
I'm surprised New Jersey's number 1.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and another state that's going up the list is Louisiana.
I was just going to say, don't tell me. I know, and I'm telling you, but that's because the people who know the dirt don't breathe.
Okay, all right.